Today on Love 225, social media that's actually social. What you need to know and where to go. We're talking to our favorite local influencer. Then we're getting sweet with some treats from a baking duo, like mother, like daughter, love grandpa. Can't wait for you to meet them and hear their story. Then there's an event that says one disease is cooked. We're sticking a fork in it, so to say. How you can party with a porpoise and say fork cancer. If you don't love Baton Rouge, that's because you don't know Baton Rouge. And if you don't know Baton Rouge, you're about to. I'm Brandy B. Harris. This is Love 225. Social media is something like a research tool now, if you haven't heard. I graduated from YouTube University, and many of us scroll our phones looking for places to eat, things to do, and so much more. So one of our local and our favorite tastemakers here in Baton Rouge, one of our local social media influencers, the WhereToGaux225, Jordan Basham, joins us right here in the Love 225 studio. Jordan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me back.
It feels weird calling you by your actual name because I feel like I'm attached to WhereToGaux225.
It's not, you're not the first to say that. It is a problem.
Do people approach you when they see you in the streets? They're like, oh my God, WhereToGaux225?
Yeah, literally every single time. They're always like, where to go? And I'm like, oh, my name's Jordan. But we roll with it at this point.
Well, you've been very, very popular, growing in popularity since we first met. You were one of our guests on last year, on the first year of Love 225. Talk to us about what you've been doing since we last saw you.
Yeah, since I've last saw you, I've been so busy. I think I've somewhere worked with upwards of 300 Baton Rouge businesses, just kind of like working with businesses to get, restaurants, local hotels, and so many more, just trying to get more of the word out there that we have so many great things here in Baton Rouge to do, that you don't always have to go outside of Baton Rouge to leave. But I've also started expanding, just visiting the state of Louisiana. So I've been doing a lot of tourism work, just visiting other cities. So like going to visit Houma, going to visit the North Shore.
What you know about down the Bayou in Houma?
I'm trying to learn the more some great crawfish. They treated me right up there, but we have great things here in Baton Rouge too. So I'm just like really just trying to amp it up this year and visit all the Baton Rouge businesses that I can.
I love to see it growing because obviously the name gives away that it's going to be local here to the capital region, but I love to see that you've been going out to some of these other areas where it could be a staycation. You don't have to travel very far to find something new and cool.
Exactly.
I'm always following you.
Thank
to
you.
Find new restaurants, new places to go, places to even spend the night now because you've been at hotels and stuff. So hotels that have been on my, hotel.com list. I'm like, okay, I can add them to a for sure vacation list. So tell me, what's been some of your favorite spots?
Yeah, locally, again, trying to keep it local in the Baton Rouge area, just kind of relearning the city. La Berge, for example, a lot of people just think of La Berge as a casino, but they have so many great locally owned restaurants in there. One of my favorites is actually Red Lotus, has some of the best Asian cuisine you can meet there. So just kind of learning things from that side. But then also just hitting the small mom and pops. Like, my love, I think I shouted out last time I was here, Smoke Bayou. I was hanging out with Calvin, he's the owner of Smoke Bayou, on Saturday while he was boiling some crawfish. So not always going to all the new restaurants, but just kind of going to the same spots that are doing things fresh and keeping it hot.
Shout out to Calvin with Smoke Bayou because that literally on camera, off camera, in real life, when I ask you about like, where should I go? You're like, if you haven't been to Smoke Bayou, I'm not gonna keep telling you, Brandy.
Exactly.
So tell me, if you had to make a list, like top 3 places that maybe people haven't heard of that are local that they should try out.
Oh my gosh, when I say so local, there's obviously, I'll shout out something on government. Counter Space, people always think of it just cookies and cakes, but Counter Space is kicking up their game with breakfast this year now that they have their new location. So that's a new place that you should definitely go. There's Chow Yum Fat, which everybody knows Chow Yum Fat, but they do the Berea style tacos on Tuesday night, so that's always fun. But there's so many new things that are coming in 2024 that I'm excited about that I just can't wait to, can't talk about because I know I got a little inside scoop. But then I guess top 3, I guess my third one, I always say Smoke Bayou. That's like my go-to because I'm like, most people haven't gone to him.
That's good. That's good. Let's do this, Jordan, because you were telling us a second ago, you've been breaking out of not just going to the local food places, kind of visiting areas right or in and around Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Events. You've also been getting into the event space. I've been seeing you at events out there in the streets. Again, if you see her, just be like, hey, where to go? That's you.
Yes.
So tell me some of your favorite events that have already happened this year.
Yeah, obviously 2024 has had so many events going on. I unfortunately couldn't make it to 225 Fest, but it was a hit this year. There were so many people there, so shout out to them doing their thing over there. But you know, we have the St. Patrick's Day parade that rolls right in front of my house. So obviously we had to pull up in our front yard with our lawn chairs. So that was super great. But we have so many events on the rise. You know, we just finished, you and I just ran into each other at Zapp's Beer Festival. That was a huge hit. So many beer drinking going on. But coming up soon, I mean, we have some great events that I think you might talk about.
Yeah, and you are actually a part of one of these great events that we're going to be talking about later in the show. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so Fort Cancer 2024, we're coming back bigger than ever. So this year, this is my second year on the board, and we have brought in, I think, over 35 food vendors this year. So all the food vendors that we work with, they donate their food and time to give them back to this amazing organization for American Cancer Society. And so it's just a big, like, excuse to party and raise money for the greater good.
WhereToGaux225, connecting the food for our fundraisers. We absolutely love it. Jordan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
When Love 225 returns, we're getting sweet. There's a mother-daughter duo who are so sweet, and their treats are even sweeter. We're meeting the ladies behind Joe's Bakery and learning all about the man who inspired it. Plus, raising money and awareness so that this illness is cooked. We're sticking a fork in cancer, how they're tying food, fun, and funds for a major event. We have all that and more here on Love 225. If only you could smell the sweetness in the Love 225 studio today. We've got a real treat from a mother-daughter duo who has some of the most amazing desserts with an even more amazing origin story. Joe's Bakery is a home-based bakery making baked goods on a per-order basis. That means it's fresh and made to order. Ladies, thank y'all so much for joining us here on Love 225. Beth and Kayla Ford, mother-daughter duo behind all of these sweet treats we see right here. I absolutely love it. So I guess I'll start with you, Beth. How long have y'all been in business?
We began in October of 2020.
And how did all of this come about? Because this is a lot. This is more than just, you know, baking cupcakes on a Thursday evening.
It actually came from from COVID and from everything going on there. It was kind of our stress relief. I had started baking in the beginning just to have something to do. And Kayla came up with a business plan. She was going to be starting college in the fall and was a business major at the time, and came up with a business plan and presented it to me actually in the fall right after she started school.
So you took her serious. She had this idea, you took her serious.
Yeah.
I love that. And Kayla, you were starting school with COVID. So it was like a huge moment for so many people your age and people starting college or even kindergarten. What was that like? Did that push you into being creative?
Yeah, it was hard. And I feel like I've always been a very creative kind of person. I've always been very artistic. So this was just like an outlet for me to use to kind of bring in some joy at that hard time.
Yeah. So we have a lot of baked goods here. Tell me about the stuff that you make.
We offer a variety of cupcakes, pies, and we say specialty items, and those are usually like cheesecake, or during carnival season we did king cake. I think I sent 2 of them here that y'all enjoyed. We rolled out cinnamon rolls in Christmas of last year, and those were a big hit.
Okay, so we're at home. What's the best thing that you make at home? I'm sure the whole house is smelling like sweets, deliciousness all the time. What's the best thing that y'all making at home?
Ooh, that's so hard. For me, I love making cinnamon rolls. I love me a good cinnamon roll. They make the house smell yummy and fresh. But I think our most popular item per se would probably be the chocolate cream pie or the apple pie.
Apple pie, a staple of Americana. I absolutely love that. And then we've got cupcakes. Now, I already told you, Beth, that I've already put my eyes on the vanilla cupcakes. What's special about the cupcakes?
They're all fresh ingredients. We don't use a box. So everything is, fresh flour, fresh sugar, buttermilk, everything just purchased usually that week.
And you make the icing?
Yes.
Okay, so all of you people who complain about bakeries that taste like a baked cake from a store, this is actually made at home, so it's actually gonna taste like it's homemade. The thing I love about your story, from talking to you and from talking to you, I learned about more of the origin, because it's the two of you here. It's a mother-daughter duo. Nobody's name is Joe that's standing up here, but Joe is at the heart of all of this. So who is he and why is he a part of the story of your business?
Joe is my father, Joe Katelyn. He passed away in 2018, and Kayla had come up with his name, the name of the bakery, in our way to honor him. It helped us with our grief. And we think of him every day that we bake. And he was one of our first champions every Christmas when we would bake cookies. He was our taste tester, and he loved everything that we would bake. So it's in his honor that we do this.
Kayla, what you called your grandpa?
I called him Papa.
Papa Joe. I love that. That's very quintessential South Louisiana. So
Yes.
what would Papa Joe say about what y'all have done so far since you started this?
He would probably say something like, "You're doing a good thing, Bae." He always said Bae. I think he would be really proud, and just kind of, I think honestly he'd be a little shocked that we kind of took this step, just because, I don't think we ever thought about doing this until, 2020 when everything happened. So I think he'd be proud to know, like, we did something good out of that.
And what was his favorite of your baked goods?
Wow. His favorite, I think, is actually not here.
Yes.
His favorite was our oatmeal butterscotch cookies that we would make every Christmas.
Okay, oatmeal butterscotch cookies. There's no worries. It doesn't have to be here. You're just gonna have to come back and bring me that so I can get a taste of it, right? Now, before we let y'all go, Kayla, you've got some award-winning dishes that we have up here, right? Talk to me about it.
Yes, so the potato chip chocolate pie is just everything it says it is. It's potato chips and chocolate chips. It's the perfect mix of sweet and salty. And
Go ahead, let's cut it, Beth.
when I was in middle school, I was in the 4-H club, and I'm not really sure, I don't really remember where it was, what the contest was for, but I submitted this pie and I got a first place award. The
Come on,
judges thought
Blue Ribbon. Come on, first place Blue Ribbon in 4-H.
She did.
All of us country girls did 4-H. So I love that you got started with your baking through 4-H. That's amazing.
Yes.
So lastly, if people want to buy something from y'all, Beth does not want me to get a taste of this pie, y'all. She is struggling trying to cut this pie. She is like, Brandy, we need to save it for the newsroom. We can't just give it to you. Where can people find information about Joe's Bakery and make a purchase?
People can find us on our website or on social media. We have an Instagram and Facebook page. So that's mainly where y'all can find us.
Okay. Are we going to get it? We're going to get it, Beth? Okay.
I promise.
I'm very excited to get a taste of the pie. Award-winning, blue ribbon-winning pie. Get a look at this. Can we see this? I don't know if y'all can see it, but you can see the chocolate chips down there on the bottom. Okay, Kayla says it's sweet and salty. Make you want to slap your mama. Don't slap your mama. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Ladies, thank y'all so much for joining us.
Thank you, Brandy, for
Thank y'all so
having
much for joining us. And
Thank
thank you
you.
for bringing all these delicious, sweet, sweet treats. And we are going to get some more Love 225 for you after this. We're going from food to forks today on Love 225. WhereToGaux told us about an event that has double meaning. We're mixing food and funds for fork cancer. When, where, what to expect. That's coming up. Plus, a special performance later in the show. You'll get inspired with this one. That's all coming up right here on Love 225. Woo! Here in the 225, we all love to dig into some good eats. And there's an area fundraiser that's not only raising money for a great cause, but also having a great time while they're at it. And we are sticking a fork in cancer. I could say that 20 times. Joining me today to discuss this, Shawn Zeringue with the Fork Cancer Baton Rouge and Katelyn Cockerham with the American Cancer Society. Thank y'all so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
We're sticking a fork in it. Get it?
We are.
Is that exactly how we came up with this name, Fort
Absolutely.
Cancer?
We wanted something fun, something playful that got people's attention and kind of drew the correlation between what the event's about and what we're trying to do.
Okay, so what is the event about? Talk to me about it.
Fort Cancer is a relatively new event in Baton Rouge. We're on our 3rd year, but we're here to make a big splash this year. Like we mentioned before, bigger and better than ever. It's really an event for young professionals to come out, have a good time. You know, cancer is not only about old people, so it's important that we raise awareness amongst our younger demographics to let them know what they can do to help prevent cancer and help those affected by cancer. So Fort Cancer is, we call it a party with a purpose. It's a really good time. We have lots of great vendors providing food and craft cocktails at the event. We have music by the Mixed Nuts that'll be there, some auction opportunities, but really it's just a huge cocktail party to raise awareness and raise funds for cancer research and outreach.
Cocktails and small plates.
Absolutely.
That's my kind of party.
Who doesn't love it?
Who doesn't love that? I love that. So talk to me about this. Last year, I believe y'all broke your fundraising goal, and you have a new fundraising goal this year. I was sleuthing on the website before y'all got here to find out how much money y'all had already raised. Talk to me about the goal and what you've raised so far this year.
Absolutely. So every year we try to, like we said, bigger and better than ever. This year we started out with our fundraising goal at $245,000. Last year we raised $142,000, so we had big ambitions. And we have a group of honorees that we call tastemakers, so 20 young professionals from around the Baton Rouge area that help raise awareness and help raise funds for the event. And that group has really just been super stellar and crushed it. So with that, leading up to the event, we've raised our fundraising goal to $300,000.
Wow.
And we're right on the heels of it. We're at $235,000 as of this morning. So we still have opportunities to raise money with ticket sales, auctions, some different mission moments throughout the event. So we're excited, and I think we're going to crush it.
I absolutely love that. $300,000, that's nothing to sniff at.
Absolutely not.
And that money can go a very far away with the American Cancer Society researching cancer and preventative health care measures to make sure to keep people living healthy and happy, long lives. So Katelyn, talk to me, why are events like Fort Cancer so important for ACS?
Well, to raise money for ACS, I mean, we've been around for decades, so it's a trusted organization. You know where your dollars are going. Specifically, Fort Cancer is raising money for transportation and lodging grants, which are two of the biggest barriers that cancer patients face when they get a diagnosis. In 2023 alone, American Cancer Society gave out over 12,000 free nights of hotel stays, either through our Hope Lodge in New Orleans or partnerships with Extended Stay America, and nearly 2,000 free rides to and from treatment, in addition to over $1.5 million in research grants in Louisiana alone. You know, I think a lot of people, when they see American Cancer Society, they're thinking, you know, this is a large organization, which it is, but these dollars are staying local in our communities here in Louisiana, around the capital region, et cetera.
No, that's very important. So talk to me, what would be your message to people ahead of Fort Cancer this year? Because you reached your fundraising goal, surpassed it. You even set a new goal, a higher goal. We're thinking too small. We got to think big, Shawn. Yeah. So we've done that. What would be your message, both of you, as far as helping to fight cancer and raise awareness through events like this?
I think, unfortunately, too many of us share the commonality of having a cancer story, whether it's a family member or friend who has a diagnosis, or just having people that we know that had family or friends with a diagnosis. So, you know, I often say that I'm not a doctor, I can't treat, I can't cure. You know, I'm not in the medical profession, but what I can do is run my mouth and raise money. And like Katelyn mentioned, that money goes a long way, providing rides to and from treatment, providing opportunities for lodging when they're getting treatment outside of their hometowns or outside of something that's familiar, doing groundbreaking research with these clinical trials to help find a cure. So I would just tell people to get engaged, stay informed, you know, regular screenings, regular checks, talk to your doctor. If you see something, feel something that's not normal, you know, talk to your doctor about it, stay informed, and just continue to be aware of what's out there in terms of cancer treatment and cancer research and help.
That's right. Preventative health care can absolutely save a life. So Katelyn, we're looking forward to Fort Cancer. What's the one thing you're looking forward to for this event?
Celebrating the tastemakers. Like Shawn said, I mean, this class of tastemakers has been phenomenal. We have 20, you know, we call them tastemakers, but they're emerging leaders in the Baton Rouge area, and just celebrating them and the work that they've done, not only in their individual fundraising, but in their ticket sales, in the sponsorships that they've secured, just bringing their networks to the event. I can't wait to celebrate them.
Well, we can't wait for the event. Let's pull up that information so that everybody can see. Fork Cancer is happening Thursday, April 24th at the Capitol Park Museum.
25th.
Shawn, Katelyn, thank y'all so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. You do not want to change the dial. We've got a very special performance right here on Love 225. With a special performance here on Love 225, singing one of her original songs and joined by guitarist Jermaine Cesar, introducing Lady V.
You're like air and water, the things I need. Like my backbone, keep me strong when I feel weak. Always push me to do greater. You show me how to stack now for later. Without you, there is no life. I'll do anything for you. Won't second guess, it ain't no might. Cross my heart, hope to die. I'll die before I ever cross you, I promise. You gave me life. In return, I'ma give you the world. I got you, you got me. That's all that really matters to me. You're the best thing for so many reasons. You give me hope. You give me something to believe in. Since a baby every morning, you told me I was beautiful. So when a man tell me I don't feel like I gotta give you nothing, you put me on game from an early age. Yeah, how can I repay you? I guess I'll start by writing this song for you. To thee and you and me, there's nothing that can tear us apart. When my world gets cloudy, you shine your light to the depths of my heart. I thank the Lord for blessing me with someone like you. I want the whole wide world to know that I love you, mama. To thee and you and me, there's nothing that can tear us apart. When my world gets cloudy, you shine your light to the depths of my heart. I thank the Lord for blessing me with someone like you. I want the whole wide world to know. I want the whole wide world to know. I want the whole wide world to know that I love you, mama.